Actually, today's event I feel was very timely, and it provided a very useful interaction between various players, that's the developers and the government officials, as well as bankers and brokers and other stakeholders. There is a lot of topical issues the developers are facing, and there are a lot of issues which the government would be interested to push through. Now, one of the points I'd like to mention is that in 2006-7, the government assessed that the shortage of housing in the country was 22 million units, and this pertained largely, almost all of it, to EWS LIG sector. And it has been assessed that by about 2035 or 2040, the urban population would rise to 590 million. And at that time, the shortage is expected to be anywhere near 40 million units, which will require something like 18 trillion rupees to fulfill at a very, very modest price of 8 lakhs per unit at today's prices. There is of course a problem that the purchasers, the need is there, but the economic demand may not be there, because the poor, although they need a house, they can't afford it because bankers are not willing to lend to them. But the answer to that is the microfinance institutions, which must be cultivated and by the government, in the sense the government should push more and more for microfinance institutions to come into play, and they lend to the poor on the basis of peer pressure, one person becoming the guarantor for the other and the other becoming guarantor to the first person. So that's one way of the money being available in the hands of the poor, and the EMI has to be such that they can afford it within what they are earning. That's very important. So you might have to, the developers might have to keep the profits or the costs of these units at a reasonable level, and the way it can be done is by cross subsidization, relaxation of FAR by the government, as well as giving slum lands by the government to the private sector, and to enable some such kind of cross subsidization or controlling of prices. The government rightly has brought out a bill to make it fair to both the developer as well as the farmer, and to provide annuity and a better compensation package and with rehabilitation. Now, this may raise the prices of the dwelling units, but that is inevitable, and to some extent the prices can still be controlled by allowing increased FAR. If you allow increased FAR, then smaller amounts of land can build up bigger spaces of built up space, and thereby the again controlling the prices. Several other issues were discussed. One of the issues I'd like to touch is that there may be a need to have rating of the developers, so that the fly-by-night developers are avoided, and people would go to the established developers who deliver in time in good quality.